Have you ever had that feeling? The feeling that a cold, dark stranger is just behind you, anticipating you, following you, watching your every move. I bet you have. You may not have noticed it, but it has happened to you. This is one sign to know that your world has gone cold. It was an ordinary night. The only unique thing about it was how late I was getting home. I was just walking home from staying late at school. I walked on the dark, late-night streets, lit up only by the dim streetlights. Then I got a strange turning in the depth of my heart, causing it to beat fast. I looked behind me only to see a shape similar to a person, but the small breeze that filled the air knocked over the shape, causing it to land with a small thud. I watched the object fall to the ground. I was relieved it wasn't another person. The solitary was my comfort. This was dark for a nice guy like me. Then I turned back around after hearing another sound. This time, the sound was coming from the direction I was coming from. I began running towards my home. I pulled out my pocket-sized flashlight and shined it towards my house. I ran to my front door, unlocking it faster than I ever had in my entire life. I ran inside and found my home in a style that I would never forget. The walls had threatening messages written in multiple different languages and written in blood. I ran through the house. The threats were written all over the house. I climbed the stairs, feeling sick to my stomach, nearly regretting continuing through my home. This is the second sign. I noticed my younger sister in her room, and she was fast asleep. The room was almost untouched. Why? I then went into my room, opening the door slowly. After opening my door, I saw what looked like 3 bodies. They were too mutilated to make out who they were exactly. I fell to the floor, throwing up repeatedly. "Oh shit!" I yelped helplessly and quietly. That's when I noticed the tags impaled into all the bodies, 1 tag in each. The first said mother, the second said father, the last said dog. I began to sob in fear, running into my sister's room to see her. She was okay, and smiling away while she slept. Something was wrong here. I could just feel it. Door closed behind me. Then noises started to emerge from the other side, sounding like slashing and cutting. "Cody," my sister cheerfully, and reached for me as she awoke. "Shh," I say politely, causing her to motion to her own lips like she was zipping a zipper on her mouth. She did the same to my mouth, and we smiled at each other. I then held my finger to my mouth. Then I put my hands over her ears. About an hour later, the noises stopped. I waited for another 15 minutes, then decided that it was important for us to get the hell out of there. I ran downstairs with my infant sister in my hands. I grabbed the car keys, which strangely were the only thing on the bloody dinner table. I put my sister in her car seat and told her to hold on. My plan was to go to the police station and report this so that hopefully we would never have to deal with this again. I drove as fast as I possibly could. But the police station was bloodied and filled with the red, fleshless skeletons. My sister turned into smoke. "Miss me?" the figure said in a dark voice. "What have you done with my sister?" I asked. "After this talk, wake up," he said. "What are you talking about? This is merely a nightmare, a sign, and a warning." "Of what?" "Just wake up. That's all you have to do." I then did as I was told. "That's it. I'll see you soon." If you have a horrifying dream such as this, leave your home, town, or city. Just leave. Forget everything and everyone you knew and keep moving. This will help to numb the pain when your world goes cold.